Now let's talk about referencing, self-referencing. Here, in dragging this thing down, this is referencing. This is automatically what referencing is. So now, let's say we want to find the percentage of total. Let's say we want to find percentage of total. To find percentage of total, so we just say equals to, how do we find percent? This divided by, sorry, in data analytics, I'm sorry to break this to you, but you must have a good idea of mathematics. Yes, you must have a good idea of mathematics when you are doing data analysis. So this over this will give us our percent, which is 0.49. Then you can drag it down. Now let's drag it down. You remember when we drag this down, we thought to fill everything. Now let's drag this down. We are getting error. Why are we getting error? I wanted to show us one more thing before I address that. Fed mass, something like it is something like 550 plus, let me use normal numbers, 5 plus 8 divided by 2 times this is our multiplication sign, shift 8 times 3. This will give you a wrong answer. Okay, what's one? Equals to 17. You get 17. How did we get 17? If I want to explain this to you so that if you do some analysis or a multiplication or addition and you are not getting the expected answer, so you just come to, so you can, as well as a format where you can evaluate your this thing. So just come to formulas, go to your home tab, you come to the formulas tab, you come to evaluate, and it will show you exactly what is going on. You can evaluate this. The first thing this formula is doing is that it's first dividing. It's not adding first, like you said, like you wrote it there. It's following that paired mass or board mass, or anyhow you call it, because we have 3 signs here. We have addition, division, and multiplication. And in paired mass, division comes first. So it's first dividing. After dividing, it divides 8 divided by 2, and you get 4. Then it multiplies 4 times 3, and you get 12. Then it adds 5 plus 2, and you get 17. So if you are using a later version of Excel, you should see a more advanced way of how it's calculating it. So that's that about that. Now, let's talk about absolute referencing and relative referencing. Now, the reason why this is showing, if you notice, I want to explain why this is showing error. If you notice, you have F3 divided by F8 here. And if we follow our method of this, if you follow our total method, you have C3, D3, E3. Then you also have C4, D4, E4 when you scroll down. So now with this one being F3 and F8, if you scroll down, you should have F4, F9, which is correct, F4, F9. But then remember we are looking for percentage, and in F9, this is our F9. This is our F9. F9 is empty, so it's going a column down, but F9 is empty. I hope you guys are with me. So now we want this total, this cell F8, to be a constant, while the rest are adjusting. So the best thing is to just make this an absolute reference, and that is by adding $sign to both the letter and the number, $sign. So once you press enter, you still have the same 0.4099. Then when you drag it down, you have everything. So That is just about that. So a percentage, in percentage, everything must be equals to 1. So you now have 40 is 41%, 21%, 13%, 13%, and 1%. So we use relative referencing and absolute referencing. Having dollar sign there is absolute referencing. Without the dollar sign is the relative referencing.